In part 1 of this video series, I showed you how to make a Saxon Pope style arrow. In this video, I will show you how to make the types of hunting points Saxon Pope used to hunt both large and small game. Pope writes that he would tip his arrows with 3 different kinds of points, the first being a blunt. He would make his blunts out of a .38 caliber cartridge that had the primer removed. He would then attach the cartridge to the arrow using a round-headed screw. He states that this type of arrow was used for practice in shooting tin cans, trees, and boxes. He also states that they make good shafts for birds, rabbits, and small game. The second type of point was made from soft steel cut into a lancelet shaped with a hacksaw. This point was attached with a wire wrapping. He states that this sturdy little point will stand much abuse. He uses it for shooting birds, squirrels, and small vermin. For hunting large game, Saxon Pope preferred to shoot an old English-style broadhead. He started with smaller dimensions, but gradually increased in size, weight, strength, and cutting quality, till he eventually would adopt a massive broadhead that was 3 inches long, an inch and a quarter wide, and a trifle less than 30/2 of an inch thick. Pope made his broadheads out of spring steel. After annealing the steel, he would score the angle of the broadhead with a hacksaw, and then break it in a vise. For this type of broadhead, I prefer to use bar steel that I cut to shape with a hacksaw. I then finish shaping the blades using a grinder. Once the edges of your broadhead are sharp, you are ready to cut out the barbs. Barbed broadheads used to be very popular, but are now illegal for hunting in many states. Pope would mount this massive cutting blade into a 3/8 inch diameter steel tube that was grooved and beveled on the end. The broadhead was secured by drilling a hole and pounding a rivet through the steel tube and blade. When the blade is secure, you are ready to cut the steel tube to your desired length. Touch the blade up with a file and you are now ready to mount your Saxon Pope style broadhead to your arrow. In part 3, I'll talk about the arrow styles that were preferred by other early archery figures, including Art Young, Chief Compton, Chet Stevenson, and B.G. Thompson.